Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Well, I would like to kind of not go away from the media thing, but I would like to talk about not so much the things they don't just show in the media, but how strange it is that you've got a lot of very important subjects which don't even get touched in the media. And considering that if you're living in the UK, you are sorry to say, we are slaves to the royal family. Unfortunately,
yeah.
Within the law, we are slaves to the royal family.
We're subjects to the crown.
Yes, subjects to the crown. So, coverage and communication and knowledge of the royal family, as far as people are aware, they've got pretty good knowledge. They know who the queen is. They know who the king or queen was before that. They know who everyone who is. But
may I illustrate an example just very relevant to what you just said? Think about the O.J. Simpson trial. Do you remember that? Yeah? He got acquitted, yeah? He got acquitted. Now, everyone was going around saying, oh, I think O.J. Simpson did that. He must have done it. He must have done it. People were thinking that was definitely, board justice, okay? Now, did anyone officially, they done this officially with O.J. Simpson, people were not scared to speak their mind. The Diana assassination, people were told that the royal family had nothing to do with it, even though Al-Fayed went public in an inquiry.
Still to this day.
He's actually now not refuted his claims, but he's now actually gone silent on this because obviously he was either paid off or silenced, put under a lot of pressure. I mean, I believe he's still looking for a British citizenship. Maybe that was offered to him in exchange for silence. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But one thing I can tell you is that the minute you speak up against the royal family in the sense of that they may have been involved in the Diana assassination, which I will say it was an assassination, a ritual sacrifice. Now, the minute you say this, you get classed as a nut. But you don't get classed as a nut if you say it about O.J. Simpson. Do you know what I mean?
He's not royalty, is he?
Of course, exactly. That's where it comes to. That's where it comes to. He is just someone, being put out there, whereas the royalty, oh my God, we can't touch them. But people get disillusioned by this fact that, oh yeah, the media takes the piss out of the royal family a little bit. Yeah, we make a little bit, about like Camilla and Charles, all this kind of stuff. But the thing is, those are marginal kind of things that never really, they might bring up the headlines, but they don't ever really get deeply investigated. They don't even get deeply slandered or discredited for something really serious.
Well,
they just get put in a humorous light. That's all they do. That's the same way the politicians, go into these rock festivals and start dancing with people and start playing the saxophone and all. They do that to portray themselves as a bit more human. But the fact of the matter is, that's the same thing that's been done with the royal family by putting them in a humorous spotlight through various TV shows like Mock the Week or whatever it is, Spitting Image, which I believe was more in the 80s, like about politics, but also the royal family, of course.
Yeah.
So, of course, these things exist. Yeah, but we got to really think about what issues get discussed. They're only really superficial issues that, probably they could take the piss out of themselves for. But they're not real serious issues that actually affect the planet. The real issues. Again, a distraction from the real issue.
But the thing is, as well, the thing I wanted to highlight was well, not the whole thing with the royal family, but a lot of facts to do with the royal family are not disclosed to us.
Of course not.
And one important aspect of the royal family, which I really want to highlight, which is not related to the public, is their history. I wanted to say their relation, but their history, which is German. And I myself don't have a problem with Germans at all, but I do have a problem with people. What's the word? Not portraying themselves properly. You know, deceiving people. Yeah. If I don't know, say for example, if I walked around and telling everyone that I'm not actually human, I'm actually I don't know, half donkey. You know, a lot of people be upset. I know it sounds stupid, a stupid example, but you know, it's that sort of thing because the royal family, they are German.
Yes,
they are German, and absolutely. That's no insult at all. There is a lot of there's a hell of a lot of facts to prove that they are German.
Coburg von Sachsen-Gotha.
Yeah, and you know, within this German history,
the House of Hanover.
Yeah. You know, within this history that they have, it is related to a lot of, as we touched upon, rituals, blood sacrifices, Draculas, dragons, reptiles. You know, all of these things which pop up in fiction or
it's got to come from somewhere. It's got to come from somewhere.
But
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
The big chunks of it. Well, I'll not say big chunks of it, but there's a lot of facts within the royal family which relate to that. And you know, you only have to look at the Welsh flag to see one prime example. You know, that dragon is not to represent what we think it is. It's to represent their
there are lots of symbols. I mean,
yeah, but
the dragon is one of them. There's a lion. There's a bee. Which again, the queen bee, you know, which is it no crowning, not inauguration.
Yeah.
The inauguration is for president. Sorry, the queen wore at the crowning.
Yes.
You know the you know garment.
Yeah.
But basically,
so what I'm talking about is these are not so much conspiracies. These are not things that should be hidden. These are actually facts about the people we serve. Well, the people we serve, basically, which we obviously, I don't agree that we
people
should serve anyone.
But people don't even see. We have to highlight the fact that how are we actually serving them?
It's because
they're not exposed.
No, but what I'm trying to say is because the media have this control over our information. Facts about the royal family are not kind of presented, and with that, facts about wars, facts about money, facts about threats to humanity. These things are not even near barely presented to the public at all. And you know, a big one which we've been looking at for a good while now is chemtrails and other chemical threats to humanity, because they're not presented in the media at all. Chemtrails.
No.
To be honest with you, I have not done my full extensive research, but I'm pretty sure chemtrails has not been discussed fairly anywhere on mainstream TV or newspapers.
No. I will say they did discuss chem spraying, but chemtrails, meaning actual aircraft spraying through jet fuel or through compartments within the aircraft, chemicals and toxins into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
That is not at all ever been addressed, even not by the government, and not even by the media. And I've even observed there was a news clip that I watched. It was something on not CNN. It was one of the major networks in America, and the news clip was some guy, just a normal average Joe, rings up the radio station. Or sorry, not the radio station, I think it's called the TV station, and basically says, "What about all the spraying that's going on?" And I see him above my house. I see him spraying, you know, at low altitude, and basically he gets cut off. He's like, "Yes, we're moving on to the next corner now," you know, that sort of thing. It's like, you know, he didn't even get taken seriously. That oh God, we can't possibly broadcast that. That's the way it goes.
It's true.
That's the way it goes. The truth is being suppressed because it's not being addressed.
It's true, and what most people are getting, because they're not prepared to look for other sources or even listen to anyone, they have this deception which tells them that everything is blissful. And you know, you do have this ignorance which isn't bliss. It is hell, because not knowing these things is hell.
Yes.
It is.
Yes,
It really
absolutely,
is. And
absolutely.
it's a lot worse than
Because at the end of the day, let's just say this, right? Okay, because this I believe. Well, I will say this, and I believe that you'll agree with me on this. That what is the purpose of keeping us in ignorance? Obviously, to control us, and obviously, in effect, right? And I'm again not becoming religious here. I'm just saying this in the truest sense of spirituality. It is to gain control over your soul.
Yeah. Okay.
Ultimately, yes.
I would put it into the words that it is to distance ourselves away from ourselves.
Well, yeah, but
Which is the same
it
thing.
is the same thing, really.
Yeah.
Yes, because what we got, the soul is the self. The
Yeah.
soul is the self, whether it's the self which is part of a collective or not. Well, it is, but the issue being the fact that once you have you cannot control, you can control people to some extent, but if somebody refuses to believe the lies, you don't have their soul. It's as simple as that. That is why when people say, "Oh, I'm only one man, I can't make a difference," or how can we possibly defeat all? By making a change, every single person that changes achieves the change of 10 times that, because that's one less person in the control spider web, if you want to call it that, yeah? One less person caught up in the web that's breaking free. And all of a sudden, once one person breaks free, clearly there's going to be others around him. They're going to notice that. They're going to be like, what's going on here? And it's going to stir something else up. But people need to stand up for their beliefs. They need to say, look, I'm not, I believe that this is all bullshit. I believe that we're being lied to, and I'm not going to shut up about it. I'm going to say something because I don't believe in my right to I don't believe in my right to free speech and thought being suppressed. I believe in it being there for me to exercise it at my leisure, and that's where it stays. And it's not going to go any less than that. People need to realize that, to stand up to their beliefs, to have the courage to say, no, I'm not believing the lies. I'm not listening to CNN. I'm not listening to Fox. Or if I decide to actually that I want to listen to television, or to radio, or watch television, at least that I will watch it with an open mind, with an educated mind, with a mind that will research every single thing with a fine tooth comb, because for the simple reason that it's the only way you're going to come out with the truth. You get segments given to you, and you have to correlate the information yourself. And as much as people would say, oh well, it's much easier to go drinking or take drugs and go partying or watch X Factor or football because it's more entertaining. Sure it is, yeah. If you're happy living a lie, of course. But where is that lie going to lead to? It's going to lead exactly to that. What you said, ignorance leads to complete and utter obliteration, destruction.
I've got to admit, I've had people say, well, not people, but within conversations, I've had someone say to me, well, even if I do everything that you're saying, do my research and do this, what is it actually going to do? We've actually got to do some action.
It's going to liberate.
And what people have to understand, you don't have to be a scientist or a spiritual person to understand this. This should be common knowledge. By purely implanting ideas, thoughts, a way of living in your mind, you are planting the seed of that happening. Until you actually plant the idea of actually doing something and making a change, it will never happen.
Yeah,
so right. You've got to understand that all of these things, they need to be implanted in your mind before you even start doing anything. In fact, you will start doing things anyway by purely accepting the facts to come into your life. So it is very much a mental thing. We're on about everyone having to straight away do your research about this and start a revolution straight away. No, you need to start a revolution in your mind first, and that's very important.